Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan James, and I'm a mindset coach that loves to specifically focus on relationships. However, I'm not just limited to helping you with relationships. When I open my coaching services back up, feel free to reach out to me, which I'm going to give you guys an update on that today. Remember, life is not happening to you. It is happening through you. When you become the change you seek to experience, you're going to experience that change everywhere you go. You are showing the world how to treat you based on what you believe and feel about yourself at a core foundational subconscious level. And you're creating your reality and every single moment based on the value and the meaning that you assign to the things that are going on around you. So if your current state of being is predominantly focused or dominantly focused on problems, how it's never going to happen, all the things that are going wrong, you're going to see that that continues to be your experience. But you at any moment can literally shift your awareness and go in a new direction, build new beliefs about yourself, stabilize your state of being, step into confidence, and change how you are assigning the meaning and the value to the things that are going on in your reality. And as you fearlessly do this, you're going to see that you materialize a new result. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about. Hi, everybody. How's it going? It's a beautiful Tuesday. I know I didn't post yesterday. I've been so busy. And so I just want to give an update on the whole coaching aspect. So obviously, my channel is expanding very quickly. So I'm in the process of finding a management team because I'm one person here with an assistant. So, and I want to make sure when people work with me, they're getting the full benefit of it. And so it's going to take me a little bit longer to open up the coaching services just because, again, I don't want to not give people the full experience that they deserve. So please be patient with all that. The one thing that I want to say though is I literally put all of the answers on my channel for free. And in today's video, we have 30 minutes. I have a session at 9:10 a.m. So I'm going to try and cover a lot of topics in this video that's going to make it crystal clear for you on how to do this. Okay. So if you're not able to get coaching, don't worry about it because I'm giving you all the answers anyways. And that's another thing that I want to say. First off, I appreciate all the new people on my channel. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the new subscribers here. But I really heavily identify as just a mindset coach. I'm not a guru. I don't really care about the popularity or anything like that. My whole intention with my channel is to give you tools for you to simply integrate into your day, mindset shifts, so that you can watch some content, learn from it, go about your life, and get the results that you desire. I've talked about this in previous content. This is why I don't have Facebook groups. This is why I don't offer the month-long coaching. This is why I don't really want to do retreats or anything like that, because you want to take this information, shift your beliefs, again, integrate some things throughout the day that are balanced and healthy and help you feel secure and stable within your reality and keep it moving. So we're all going to have moments in our lives where we fall down, and it's about how you get up. And the thing sometimes that I'll see with Facebook groups or some of the content that or how people approach the content online when they're in that low state is they typically will stay there because they're so focused on it. Okay. And really what you want to do is take the information, apply it, get a really nice structure to your day and grow. Okay. You don't want to stay here. You want to keep growing. Okay. So just make sure that's the awareness that you have. As for tarot card videos and all that stuff, you guys have to be really mindful of how you're spending your time, because when it comes to creating the change that you desire, you have to genuinely step into that version of yourself. So in order to materialize a solution, I have to stop focusing on the problems, right? And engaging in behaviors that perpetuate the problems, whether that's in my thoughts, whether that's in my physical, how I'm showing up with my behaviors. Okay. So you have to be really diligent and honest with yourself about what you're doing on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis. Is this moving me towards my solution, or is this keeping me where I am? And the cool thing is you can decide at any moment, oh, I'm going to be the solution, and you can still materialize the result that you desire. So don't be hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Please be very forgiving with yourself and just take it, learn, make a commitment in this moment to apply it and move forward with your day. Okay, so I'm going to just quickly explain what we're going to go over in this video. Hopefully I can get this done in 30 minutes because it's a lot. So I'm going to talk about mindset and beliefs, emotional self-regulation, how your reality is a mirror, what fearless confidence actually means, stability, okay? Validating yourself. And then lastly, living in the end, which is kind of like that wifey husband vibe. How do you actually embody that? I'm going to use my personal experience of how I did this. And so again, hopefully I can get this all done in 30 minutes, but it's going to be a good video. So get out your notepad and paper because we're going to be talking about a lot. Okay, so the first thing that I want to start off with is mindset and beliefs. Okay, so I've been seeing some comments on my channel that are a little trolly, which are fine. And so for anybody that sees those comments, please just don't even engage in it because it's not worth your time or your energy. When it comes to creating change in your reality, it is a mindset, okay? It really is a mindset. And so shifting your beliefs and manifesting all these things actually really do work, but it does require you to take kind of a specific approach and a lot of accountability and really being honest with yourself and prioritizing your stability. So everything genuinely is possible. Things are constantly changing on a moment-to-moment basis. And a lot of what we want to step out of is kind of like this catastrophe mindset of like, if I do something wrong, I've messed everything up forever. Okay, that's something that I kind of see that quite a few people struggle with. And a lot of that is just shame and guilt and doubt and really beating yourself up. Okay, you're allowed to make mistakes. People make mistakes all the time. And really, if you can integrate the best beliefs and grow from the mistakes that you've made or the things that have unfolded, when you become the solution, you're going to see that actually materialize as a result. Okay, so this mindset work genuinely works if you can apply it accurately. Okay, now some people have a issue with the whole manifesting aspect of how am I going to attract something into my reality? And there is so much evidence for that. I'm not even going to go into that in this video, but I do want to say, if you're in no contact with somebody, if you're in like kind of crappy circumstances, it doesn't matter how far away they are, how long it's been since you've talked to this person. It doesn't matter. You can still manifest it. And the first thing that I want to really touch on when I say circumstances don't matter, what am I actually meaning by that? Okay. So when I tell you circumstances don't matter, I do not want you sitting here every day looking at your circumstances and saying, you don't matter, you don't matter, you don't matter. That's not what I'm talking about, okay? What I'm talking about, first off, they don't matter. But the second thing is that is just not where your awareness should be. So in order to create a solution, if I keep on focusing on all the things that are going wrong, then I'm going to keep getting more of that because that's what I'm bringing into my awareness. So I've been talking a lot in my content and on my Instagram feed, on my Instagram story, that you need to drop it, okay? So when it comes to creating a solution in your reality, you want to send out one very, very clear signal about what it is that you are going to create, which is I'm confident, this is done, I know that I'm worthy, I'm deserving, this is exactly what I'm getting. So if you're not able to send out that very clear signal, and you're having a ton of resistance and you're super focused on all the problems, all the things that went wrong, the worries, the doubts, the fears. If you're doubting at all, like I'll see people say, am I doing this right? You have to decide. So if I'm asking myself, am I doing this right? That means I'm doubting, which means I'm going to drop this subject for a little bit so that I can feel more confident when I come back to this in my state of being, in my awareness, in my mindset. That's why circumstances do not matter, because if you continue to focus on circumstances and you're distressed by them and you're doubting yourself and your self-esteem is in the gutter and your confidence is in the gutter, you're not going to be able to materialize the result that you want in the path of least resistance in the fastest form, okay? I'm not saying that you have to be perfect, but what I'm talking about on my channel is manifesting in the path of least resistance and in the fastest way. So the reason why the circumstances don't matter is because if you're super distressed by it, you have to literally drop this from your awareness for a little bit, okay? You need to take a mental vacation from it and start building general beliefs and confidence and a nice routine in your reality so that your self-esteem goes back up, your confidence goes back up, you're feeling yourself, you're feeling like good with yourself. And then you're going to take all that beautiful energy that you've created for yourself, that confidence and that self-esteem, and then you're going to come back to this topic with some healthy assumptions and you're going to see them manifest, okay? So please, please, please do not be looking at your problems in your life and saying, you do not exist, okay? what you want to do is see that this is kind of like planning. You're creating a plan. So if there is a problem here, if I continue to focus on the problem, I'm not going to get to the solution. So I'm going to drop this for a little bit so that I can build these other components into my state of being, my confidence, my self-esteem, all these other amazing beliefs, so that I can come back to this thing as a new version of myself, which you're going to see also manifest this to be different, but also allows for you to create the desired result. Okay. So when it comes to mindset and beliefs, this stuff actually works if you can really take the perspective shift that you're not changing anything out there, you're becoming the change. And if something's very distressing for you for a little bit, you need to drop it. First, you need to look at it and ask yourself, why did this unfold this way? What beliefs about myself created this circumstance that I find myself in? Now I'm going to take ownership. Okay, so I wasn't feeling confident. I wasn't feeling secure within myself. I wasn't feeling chosen. I wasn't making healthy assumptions. I was doubting, blah, 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 whatever it is. Okay, so I'm going to take this mistake. There are no mistakes in life. There's only lessons. Okay. So that's the awareness that we want to have here. This is all about having a growth mindset. Okay. So I'm going to take this thing over here. I'm going to pull all the lessons out of it. Okay. I'm going to let it go for a little bit. I'm going to build myself and build my confidence in these beliefs. I'm going to drop that. And then as I step into this version of myself, then I can come back to this topic with new assumptions and see them manifest. The other reason why you need to drop the notion of circumstances too, and this happens in relationships all the time. Man, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this video done in 30 minutes, but it's okay. The other thing with relationships is you guys have to, if you're holding on to resentment, if you're holding on to fear, if you're holding on to fights, if you're holding on to all the things that went wrong, okay, you're going to continue to recreate the same fights and the same patterns in your reality. So there has to be a part of you that stops identifying as that version of yourself and stops identifying whatever that thing is as how you knew it to be. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself just recreating the same things over and over and over again. You have to let it go. There's a reason why Disney made a movie called Frozen. And the whole premise of the movie is you have to let shit go. Otherwise, you're going to end up in an ice castle all by yourself with this amazing power that you just are like with yourself. Okay. So shout out Disney for those subliminal messages. Okay. Moving on to the next point, emotional self-regulation. All right. And this is all connected, you guys. So these are things that you need to know when it comes to really stepping into being chosen. Okay. So this is all about accountability and being a leader and being the bigger person in your reality and growing. Okay. So there's a reason why I'm talking about all these things, because it's going to lead up to the last point, which is stepping into that wifey husband mode. Okay. But there does need to be some growth because you're going to align to a new version of yourself. So I'm outlining the steps for that for you. Okay. Also, last point before I actually move on to the next one, mindset and beliefs. This is what the affirmation tracks are there for at nighttime. The fastest way to change your beliefs is when you are asleep. Your subconscious mind is wide open. It's very permeable. So when it actually comes to changing the beliefs, you want to sleep with the belief track on at nighttime. And then when you wake up in the day, you want to integrate some simple things into your day where you can drop the attachment to who you've been, drop the attachment to the problems, and genuinely step into this new version of yourself that has these beliefs. Okay. So during the day, I'm not really one to affirm all day long. I more go to, okay, these are my beliefs. So if I want to wake up and be this version, what am I going to do differently in my reality? I'm going to have a really good structure to my day. I'm going to be doing breath work. I'm going to be meditating. I'm going to be working out. I'm going to be doing work. What does that actually look like? And that's going to require me to cut out some things and stop identifying as that old version of myself. So this should be a very balanced approach. You don't really want to be affirming all day long. Again, you want to just integrate these things into your daily routine that are healthy, right? Okay. So second thing, emotional self-regulation. Wow, you guys. Okay. So I have talked about breath work on my channel before, and I'm going to talk about it again because breath work has really helped me so much with anxiety, fears, doubts, anything like that, shifting myself internally. Okay. And after this video is posted, I'll pin to the comment section, the top of the comment section, the breath work that I like to use because I've been seeing quite a few people asking about that. Emotional self-regulation. Okay. So when you are triggered, what is actually occurring with your nervous system is you are in a fight or flight mode. Okay. That is why you're getting intrusive thoughts. So with whatever is going on in front of you that is triggering you, your mind is automatically going to the past, thinking about all the mistakes that you've made, all the things that have gone wrong, all the what ifs, all the problems, right? And then it's projecting out into the future in this current moment that, oh, So because I've had these experiences in this moment, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. This is where you get all these crazy, weird, wonky stories that are showing up in your mind, which if you pick one of them and you really focus on it, you're going to create it as your experience, which like sucks. Okay. So we want to step away from that and deliberately relax our nervous system. So if you can have an awareness of that is what's actually going on, is your nervous system is dysregulated when you're triggered, then you're going to be able to know what to do to shift yourself. Okay. So when it comes to emotional self-regulation, again, you want to integrate things into your daily routine that help you feel balanced, that help you feel stable, that help you feel secure. I've said in content, manifestation is actually really about shifting your awareness and relaxing. So with that being said, you guys wake up, in the morning, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, you take a shower, you get dressed. When you go to sleep at nighttime before bed, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, you get dressed for bed, and you go to sleep, right? So you have a basic hygiene routine, but nobody teaches you in life that you need to have something to stabilize yourself and keep yourself balanced each day. And breath work to me is the fastest way. It's a 10-minute exercise that you can do in the morning and at nighttime, which is going to really, really help you stabilize in your emotional, mental body. Okay. This is really, really important, you guys. I can't stress how important this is. And I'm going to be going into this a little bit deeper when it comes like in a moment-to-moment basis if you're in a resistant state of being. But let me explain why this is important. So when you are deliberately practicing relaxation, okay, the power in manifesting is your ability to choose how you want to respond to something. Okay, so when we are in patterns, undesirable patterns in our reality, what's actually happening is something pops up and it's triggering us, and we just step into reacting. We're reacting, and recreating the same things over and over and over again. And it's such a fast reaction that you can't even really control it, which sucks. And then you feel really hard on yourself afterwards, and the guilt and the shame steps in because you're like, why did I do that? I know that wasn't going to get me what I wanted. And then there's the whole self-defeat narrative that's going on there too. My heart goes out to you. I get this. Sometimes I still struggle with it too. We're human, whatever. It's fine. Okay. So how do we get around that and actually create the life that we want in a really balanced and healthy way? Okay. So first off, when you are deliberately practicing breathwork in morning at nighttime, because you are practicing relaxing yourself, what happens is when things pop up in your reality that would have triggered you, because you've been practicing relaxation, instead of automatically getting triggered, you look at it, and it's really interesting. And it's so fun when I talk to clients and they have these experiences. And I'm like, yes, it's sinking in. You're doing it. Okay. Instead of it triggering you and getting a response out of you, you can look at it and actually decide how you want to respond. Wow, that is a lot of power when it comes to conscious creating. Because if something is popping up in my reality that I no longer want to experience, then instead of fighting with it, if I can be like, you know what, I'm not even going to give this my attention. It's fine. I'm not going to respond to this right now. I'm going to put my focus somewhere else. I'm not going to worry about this. I'm not going to recreate this pattern. That's going to break a lot of patterns for you. Okay. All right. So that's why you want to integrate the breath work morning and nighttime, because it's going to help you relax and be able to choose how you want to show up in your reality. The other thing that I want to talk about here is there are quite a few people online that have the idea that creating change takes a lot of time. And I want to dispel that myth. Okay. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how long you've held these beliefs for. It does not matter. The only thing that matters, the only thing that is contingent upon creating this change is the level of discipline that you have. So when people say it takes a long time to change, I get it. I understand it, but it's actually not true, especially for the human body. So if you were to, I'm going to just give you a silly example here, but it's going to illustrate the point that I'm making. So if you were to lay in a bed for 7 days straight and you did not move from that bed at all, you didn't even get up from the bed at all, and somebody came and fed you every single day, at the end of those 7 days, you would experience quite a like loss in muscle, right? You would feel weaker. Your body would there would be a definite change in your body, right? So our human body is very responsive on a moment to moment basis as to the stimulus that we're giving it. So when it comes to creating this change, what is difficult is that you keep having the same thoughts, or you keep waking up doing the same exact things and recreating the same state of being every single day. Okay. So when it comes to creating this change, if you can get really disciplined, this is why I say, if you're in a resistant state of being, you're going to want to drop these thoughts as fast as possible and give them absolutely no energy. Okay, like, nope, I'm not going to focus on that today. Nope, I'm not going to worry about that. Nope, I'm going to drop it. Nope, I'm going to drop it. Nope, I'm going to drop it. The less energy you can give it internally, the faster it's going to go away. And if you can get disciplined with this for even a week, at the end of the week, you're going to experience a significant amount of change in your state of being and how things are showing up in your reality and how you're feeling and what you're creating in your life. So it doesn't take very long to create this change. It takes discipline. And so that's where also the breath work is really useful. I'm going to go into that again one more time because it's so useful, you guys. So if you're triggered, okay, and you're trying to create this change in your reality, the moment you're triggered, if you can step in and do some breath work, you're going to train your body to emotionally self-regulate on its own, okay? So this is kind of more of a psychological principle, and this is just kind of my experience, and this is how I'm explaining it, okay? So it's kind of like if you've ever studied Pavlov and the dogs and conditioned reflexes or anything like that, okay? If you're triggered and every time you're triggered, you step in and you do breath work and you deliberately relax your nervous system, your mind should start to associate, when I get triggered, I'm going to activate my parasympathetic nervous system and I'm going to relax. Okay, now let's talk about the whole like 1 week thing of creating this change, okay? So if I get really diligent and disciplined with my mindset, I'm sleeping with the beliefs on, I'm doing breath work 3 times a day, I'm really aware of my state of being, I'm dropping the thoughts from my awareness, I'm focusing on myself, I'm putting my focus somewhere else, and I'm stepping in and doing breath work every time that I'm triggered, by the end of the week, I'm gonna be a fucking different person, like period, okay, really. And so the reason why is because you're not giving this old version of yourself or this old awareness of your reality even any bit to be there. You're putting it in a bed for 7 days and you're letting it dissolve. The neurons, the connections in your mind are dissolving, okay? And so if you can get really disciplined with that too, you also retrain your nervous system so that, oh, if I get triggered, you're going to automatically activate the parasympathetic nervous system and you're going to relax, which again, what I was just saying, in a moment-to-moment basis, how this works for you is if something triggering shows up in my reality that is an old pattern, if I have been deliberately doing all these things, then instead of it triggering me, I'm going to kind of laugh at it and I'm not going to give it any attention because I've shifted so much that it holds no more power or triggering effect in my state of being. Okay. Emotional self-regulation. So important. Breath work is really, really important. And then the little 10-minute meditations that I've talked about in the past where you just put on like binaural beats and you affirm in some self-concept stuff, that's really useful as well too. But I find breath work is really, really useful. Okay. So now we're going to go into your reality being a mirror. All right. So so with the whole mirrored effect, okay. And everybody's you pushed out. A lot of people have a lot of issues with this topic. And so I'm going to just summarize it in a way that I've really been able to understand it in my mind. Okay. So I don't like to think of people as like lifeless entities that are not there. That's not really my mindset. Okay. My thing is, if I see a problem, if I focus on a problem, then I'm going to get a problem. So I look at like really highly successful people. The person that always comes to my mind, when I bring up this example in coaching is Simone Biles. She's an Olympic gymnast. And in her interviews, people will ask her, do you have any competition? Is there anybody that can do what you can do? And right off the bat, without hesitation, without even like flinching, she will say, nobody can do what I can do. I'm the best. Okay. So when it comes to this mirrored effect of your reality, okay, and deliberately creating what you want in your life, it's not that you're going to think of people as lifeless or not having anything. It's about genuinely realizing that whatever I believe, whatever I focus on, if I think there is a problem or a threat here, or if I think this person is emotionally unavailable, or I think this person is going to cheat on me, or I think that they're going to like that person, or this person is a threat, if I am anywhere in that in my awareness, that's going to be my experience. Okay. It's going to get mirrored back to you in so many different ways. You can do this energetically. You could also do this unconsciously too. So if you're worried about something, if you're having all these doubts and fears in your mind, how do you think that's going to materialize in your behaviors when you're showing up? Have you ever seen somebody in your reality that's anxious? You can very evidently see it in their body language. Okay. So not only that, but it actually does create how people are showing up in your reality as well too. So with the whole mirrored effect thing here, or the whole everybody is you pushed out, you have to decide what it is that you are creating and cut out all the problems and fearlessly do that. Okay. I am chosen. I'm confident. I'm the best option. There's no threat here. There's no problems here. There's no, like, when you're around me, it's always enjoyable. And I'm the best one. So of course you're going to be with me because I'm stable, I'm secure, I'm confident within myself. I have a really great routine going for myself. I can handle my own. I regulate my own emotions. Like, baby, I'm the best choice, and I'm never going to make negative assumptions about you, which is a really huge component in having a successful relationship. Because if you're over here making negative assumptions about your partner, you're not trusting them. You're not building the basis of a healthy relationship. No matter how they're showing up, people change all the time. And in order to create that change, you have to be kind of the bigger person and see that reality into being, okay? No matter what fuckery is showing up in your life, okay? So when it comes to the whole everybody is you and the mirrored effect, like, there's so many relationships that I've been in where I could have easily been like, you're emotionally unavailable, you're a fuckboy, blah, 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 right? But I never had that awareness because my self-concept is I always get the relationship that I want. I'm husband, okay? I don't care how you're showing up because that's not a worry for me, because I know as you spend more and more time with me and you enjoy more and more of your time with me, you're going to commit to me, okay? So I don't ever see any of those things as problems. That is the whole everybody is you pushed out. So it's kind of like you have to adopt this mindset of really fearlessly seeing your reality into being. There are no problems here. And if there is a problem here, if a problem does arise, you're just a preference in my reality. And I have this whole amazing routine for myself to keep myself stabilized and unattached. And I can drop you from my awareness and go do something else. And you're going to come back to me apologizing and changing that behavior without me having to lift a finger. I'm not going to engage in it. I'm not going to fight with you. I'm not going to victimize myself over what you're doing because I don't need you. I don't need you. You're just a preference. And I'm pretty stable and I'm pretty secure within myself. So I know you're going to want to be with me. Good luck finding that somewhere else. That's a really good mindset to adopt. Okay. All right. So now we're going to talk about fearless confidence. What does confidence actually mean, you guys? Confidence means that you are just unapologetically you. Okay. That means you believe you're good enough. You believe you're worthy. You believe that you don't have to change yourself for anybody. And in fact, you being you is the thing that is the most attractive aspect of yourself. And you step into that, okay? So when it comes especially to creating the relationship that you desire, there's so much advice online, no contact rule, play games, blah, 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 blah. No, okay? No, again, mirrored effect. So if you are deliberately trying to manipulate somebody by doing no contact and playing games, you're going to get games being played back with you and this whole weird dichotomy of no contact, okay? Let's go in the other direction. How about we have fearless confidence and just think, I'm literally the best option. I don't really give a fuck what you're doing when you're not around me. I know that you're super attracted to me. And I know that me just being me is enough. And if you can really step into that, you're going to, and I do this verbally in my reality. So when I'm creating the relationship that I desire, I'm very fearless and I will literally tell whoever I'm dating, I don't care who you're talking to. I'm not going to control you. I don't care if you can't text me back right away. I don't care if you can't call me right away. I don't care about any of that because again, in my mind, I'm like, I don't really need you. I have this great routine for myself. And then I'll say too, I'll just step into that. Like, I know I'm great the way that I am. I'm deserving the way that I am. And we always have a good time with one another. So we're going to keep hanging out and you're going to love hanging out with me. Wow. That is fearless confidence. No pressure, no threat, no games. Nothing. You're just being you and you're being relaxed and confident, which to you too, I want you to put yourself in somebody else's position. If somebody came up to you in your reality that way and they're like, hey, I don't really give a fuck who you're talking to. No, nobody's a threat to me. And I'm not going to force anything on you. And I'm pretty amazing. And we always have a good time when we're together and there's no problems with me. And I'm not jealous or insecure. That's going to be very attractive. That's going to be very attractive. And if we think long-term, okay, if you're wanting to be a wife or a husband, you're going to like, that's going to be somebody that you want to be with in the long term, because if it's all predicated on insecurity, jealousy, games, no contact, all this bullshit from the beginning, that's not going to lead you to something very stable. Now, if you've made this approach, you can change it at any time. I just want to say that. What does fearless confidence actually mean? It means you're unapologetically you and you see yourself as the best option. There's no threats. There's no pressure. You have a great routine going for yourself and you literally don't need anybody. You just have preferences in your reality. And you also don't again, you don't really create fights or anything like that. So when my partners have messed up in the past, instead of being like, I can't believe you did this to me, I will literally just be like, look, this relationship is here for our enjoyment. I'm never going to yell at you. I'm never going to chastise you. I'm never going to force you to do anything. Thank you for being honest. You made a mistake. You're human. That's fine. We all make mistakes. And what are we learning from this? Are we moving forward? we can take this whole experience and build more trust and love for one another, and that's it. So I'm always able to not take things personally or victimize myself over it or project anger or blame because I'm husband. There's never an issue. I'm the solution. So I'm not going to create more issues because it's already done. This is a done deal for me. So whatever you have going on, again, I don't really need you. I'm so stable and secure within myself that this is here for my enjoyment. And I'm always going to move towards the solution, which is why you want to be with me, because there's never any problems with me. Why? Because I have fearless confidence in who I am and I don't really need you. Okay. All right, next point, stability, validating yourself. And now we are going over on the 30 minutes, okay? So I'm gonna have to reschedule that appointment. I'm so sorry for that client that booked me today. I don't normally do this, but this is a really important video, so I will be reaching out to them in an email, okay? Stability, validation. All right, so at the core of everything that I talk about, your stability is number one. Number one. So what does stability mean? That means, how are you feeling in regards to this topic? Okay, so if you're not stable in regards to a particular topic in your reality, then you're going to notice that you get triggered anytime you think about it, or you're going to notice that you are placing a high level of importance on it. Okay, so let's say there's a person in your reality and you're waiting for text messages, or when they plan to hang out with you. Wow, that's super amazing. Wow, it's really awesome that they're planning to hang out with me. Or you're like stalking or any sort of that behavior. Or if you see their name somewhere or their car, whatever they're doing, that triggers you in a negative way. Okay, and it makes you anxious. That is not stable. Okay, so your stability needs to be number one, and you need to see that there's nothing more important in your reality than you. That's not in a narcissistic way. That's not in a rude way. It's in the sense of, if I'm not showing up as the stable, most confident version of myself, I'm not going to create the result that I desire. So I need to prioritize my stability first, because that's going to always lead me to the result that I desire. So anytime you notice any sort of unstable behaviors popping up, that is a symptom, that is a manifestation of you seeking validation in somebody else. Okay. I really, really want a text message from you. Please text me. Oh my God, did they text me? Yeah, my phone just vibrated. Oh my God, they're going to hang out with me. It's so super amazing. Like, you're looking for validation or love from this person. Okay. So if you notice that's what's going on in your state of being, okay, you want to drop this topic in this person for a little bit. You want to lessen the attachment that you have to them and start validating yourself and bring them down. Okay. And so I saw something in my DMs on Instagram the other day where somebody asked me, if I do not respond to my person, is that bad? Is that playing a game? And I said, no, because if you're not stable enough right now to respond, and you are taking the step back and you're being mindful of your state of being, that is a great choice. And that's going to lead you to the result that you desire. Where a lot of people will create problems in their reality is they're not feeling stable, they're feeling anxious, they're feeling worried, and then they're like, oh, you know what, forget that. I'm still going to go hang out with this person and do this thing. And then you create a whole fat fucking mess because your state of being is off and you're subconsciously worried about all these things, okay? So your stability needs to be number one. And if that means I'm not going to respond to you right now, then I'm going to feel confident with that because I'm chosen, and I don't need to respond to you right away because you're not going anywhere. Like, you're totally into me. So I'm not worried about if I don't respond to you right now, whether you're or not, you're going to be in my life. Again, we need to get out of the catastrophe thinking of like, I need to do or be or like consistently do something to maintain things in my reality. No, the only thing you need to do is be you and be confident and know your reality into being. So if that means right now, I'm not really feeling good, so I'm going to take a step back, that's going to open the pathway for you when you are stable to come back to this person and talk to them in that loving, fun, playful way that always moves you towards the solution. I'm wifey, I'm husband over here. There's no problems with me, right? So if you are not feeling stable, then you need to take that time to really ask yourself, what am I seeking validation for? What am I seeking love from this person for? Where am I placing my importance on this person? Okay, let me take a whole step back and place that in myself. Let me make sure I'm doing my breath work and I have my good routine going for myself and I'm feeling good and confident and my self-esteem within myself is high. And then once that's all back in alignment, then respond to them or whatever, or let them reach out to you again. It doesn't really matter, okay? All right, now we can talk about living in the end as wifey and husband, okay? So with all of this in mind, essentially what you are doing is you are creating a version of yourself. You're getting beliefs in alignment of I'm worthy, I'm deserving, I'm good enough. There's no threats in my reality. I don't have any insecurities. I'm not worried about anything. You're not going to have any issues with me because I'm the best option and I'm always creating the solution. That's the game plan there. We're going to get those beliefs in alignment and then we're going to couple that with emotional stability. So nothing's going to throw me off my game. Nothing's going to trigger me. You're never going to get a negative response from me. I'm never going to yell at you. I'm never going to freak out on you. I'm never going to blow up your phone or do any of these things, because I'm stable within myself and I can step in on a moment-to-moment basis and soothe myself in another direction before I create a storyline that is undesirable. Okay. So when you actually step into being a wifey or husband, when I've done this in my reality, I'm pretty shameless with it. Okay. So I kind of am like, yep, I pick you, you're mine. Okay. And every relationship I've done this, I don't give a fuck if you're a fuckboy. I don't care if you are showing up in my reality as emotionally unavailable. All that's going to change. You're going to commit to me. And I know you're going to commit to me because I'm the best option in a very confident and balanced way, non-forceful way, non-pushing way. So when you actually become this version of yourself, you have to really see that there is no urgency. There's nothing that you're trying to force on anybody. You're going to know it. Okay. So when I am really stepping into this, I will start to adopt that kind of dichotomy with my person by, again, not playing games, not doing the whole no contact thing, enjoying the person when they're there. And then when they're not there, stabilizing myself. Now, I do certain little behaviors too, but it's not really the behaviors that are creating it. It's the state of being. But you guys want to see here, like if you are playing games with your person or doing any sort of manipulation tactics, that is not going to move you towards the relationship that you desire. So when I really step into that husband mode, like let's say we're having dinner, I will grab my partner's plate and I'll take it to the sink and I'll do all the dishes, right? I'll take out the trash. I'm a team player here. I'm creating solutions. I'm hanging out with the family. Everything is normal and easy for me. I don't ever take anything personally. I'm not worried about anything. If you don't want to invite me over to your family or meet your friends right now, I don't really give a fuck because I know you're going to one day. There's never a threat for me. So you have to fearlessly step into that and really see, do I genuinely believe that I'm worthy of that commitment? Do I genuinely believe that it's going in this direction? Because if I do, then whatever is in front of me right now is going to be completely irrelevant one day. So what happens, you have to have that awareness of if you're getting upset or bothered by certain things that they're doing, you need to know, oh, well, as this relationship progresses, this behavior is going to change. Okay. So that's really, really important when it comes to living as that like wifey or husband, is you have to really step into that shamelessly and fearlessly. Like I remember when Adam would even go to work and I'd like stay at his house for the day. I would literally like do his laundry for him, do all the dishes, mop the floors, like vacuum the house, make it really nice and cute. And like, just, it's so, of course you're going to choose to be with me because I'm so stable and secure. Like, who else is going to be sitting here doing all these things for you? And who else is going to be confident with themselves and unthreatened and not pushing for anything? When you're with me, your life gets 100 times better. So that's why you're always going to want to be with me. And also in my awareness and in my state of being, I'm not seeing any threats. And I do these things with no attachment or expectation. That is another thing that people kind of struggle with is, well, I'm doing all these things for you. Why do you keep on treating me this way? Okay. That is conditional giving. Okay. So I do all these things because I love you. And I know that it's going in that direction. So if you're doing things with the expectation and you're getting upset that your partner is not reciprocating in the moment, you need to step into your mindset and first ask yourself, why am I creating this story? Why am I worried about this? Why am I bothered about this? Why am I actually doing these things? I'm doing these things because I love this person. Okay, so I know as I continue to show up as the most loving, confident, stable version of myself, they're going to see that, okay, from a psychological perspective, and they're going to start to mirror that behavior back to me. They're going to start showing up and doing these things for me. So if it's not happening right now, that's fine. I'm going to be the bigger person, and I'm going to lead this relationship in that direction with no attachment, no trying to force, no trying to make it happen. I'm just the best option. Again, your life gets 100 times better when you're with me, and that's why I blow everybody else out of the water. You can't connect with anybody else like me. You don't find security and stability in anybody else like me. Like, I'm just the best option. In every conversation that we have, there's not a problem. I don't really care what you're doing because I know where this is going. If you can genuinely embody that, you're going to be very happy with the results that you get. Okay. And again, I just want to give like examples for like insecurities and things like that. There were, even when I was like at a New Year's party this past year with Adam, he was like in the kitchen and there were like a group of guys around him that were trying to flirt with him. One of his friends came into the other room and was like, hey, there's guys that are like flirting with Adam. You should go check on it. Like, you should go check on him. And I literally said to the friend, I was like, you know what? I genuinely don't care. I was like, I trust him and I know he's only into me. So it's not for me to go over there and try and change anything. And obviously that friend went and told Adam that, and he came into the room and was like, Dylan, this is literally why I'm so into you, because you're so confident. So again, to me, there's no threats, and I just show up as husband. Like, I'm not worried about when you're going to text me back. I don't really care. Yeah, I'm going to help out and I'm going to be a team player here. And also, I don't like, there's never going to be an issue with me because I'm always creating the solution. Okay. That is the environment that you want to create if you really want to have that sustainable, happy marriage going forward. Okay. And stepping into that version of yourself. No force, no manipulation. You're stable and secure within yourself. You have the best beliefs. You're emotionally self-regulating. You're fearless in your confidence, and you're stable. Okay. So I hope you got some notes from this. You took the points here from this. This is what you need to do. If you want to step into that version of yourself, you don't need to be affirming all day long. You want to genuinely align to that version of yourself. Sleep with the beliefs on at nighttime, stabilize yourself during the day, drop all notions of threats or problems, fearlessly step into that state. Do it with no attachment to outcome. Just show up as the most loving, stable version of yourself and know it's going in that direction, and you're going to have very good results. Okay. Alrighty. I love you all so much. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Thank you for all the people that are here. You can create anything that you want when you stop seeking it in other people and you just become it. So I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.